Well, everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Uncle Warren the Guru, and I'm going to be showing you some, inside, behind the scenes tactics and tools that you can use in your bundling world to be able to profit. Currently, we're looking at a live tombstone, aka my profit, your Salana. And I would like to personally thank the Salana volume bot in order to making this happen. Currently, I literally have profited on this particular project. If you take the Solana volume bot charges alongside with paying DEX, alongside with I would say give or take 13 Sol, which I think is a pretty good day. It is what it is. Um, but with that being said, a lot of times people in this particular world they need to know how to get from A to Z. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you hopefully understand what the best tactics you can do to be able to do that. Now, I mean, there's a lot of shit, of course, that could be taught. Of course, you can check out my Discord. So I don't want to jam too much information to this motherfucker because honestly, like it's a lot. But right now, I just want to specifically talk about volume and how it's really important and bringing in FOMO to the contract. Now, pardon me, it's one thing to basically bundle a project or come into a particular market cap at a certain level. What I want to do actually is I would like to first show you the tool that I was used to bring up some volume. I want to also kind of break down as far as what type of market cap I came in at, and I don't really need to talk about narrative or anything like that. That can be done on a completely another episode, but I can really just kind of sit here and figure out, all right, look, this is what this happened, this is what that happened, and y'all just like, take with it from the sauce and run with it. And if you want more, then just come holler at me in the Discord. It's literally that simple. Open a ticket. So boom, a Solana volume bot. This right here is a game changer. So the Solana volume bot generate trading volume for tokens with our automated volume bots optimized for Radium, Pump Swap, Pump Fund, Meodora, and other Solana dexes. So in a sense, it's a one show type of situation. Now, another thing too to keep in mind, this bot will also do a couple of things such as adding folder distribution from different type of wallets while it's bringing in that volume. One of the main things that is important when you're in the process of creating a coin is to have, I personally say, three things, right? Three things that you need to focus on. One is coming in at a comparable market cap that the entire ecosystem sees forth as tradable. 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 market caps are not that. The only reason why someone would buy a coin at that below market cap and hold it for a long period of time is if they knew for some reason that the person behind that project was maybe someone of importance and they were trying to simply do maybe a fair launch or basically just go under the radar before they sent it out to their community. At the end of the day, everything goes to zero, but a token has to look attractable, and no matter what the coin is, it could be a pile of shit with eyeballs on it. It just has to look attractable, and the attractable thing is one by design, and two by I would call it crowd appeal, monetary crowd appeal. That monetary crowd appeal is simply what the price tag is connected to it. I'll give you an example, right? I'm gonna go into more information with this video in a second, but I'll give you a brief information, right? You walk into a Louis Vuitton store, right? You see a scarf worth $3,000. However, you go to Temu, right? You find that exact same scarf for literally like $4. Now, obviously, this is what happens online when it comes to pump fun. There's nothing really hard about this. You're gonna get simplified information here, ladies and gentlemen. So that price tag, that Louis Vuitton price comes with the market cap. Now, if you don't have a set of boys or girls in your inner circle to essentially buy in with you and hold and present to the world a meme of a fair value that they consider to be, you know, buy or tradable, they're simply just not going to buy into it. They're not going to be less likely to buy into at least, like, you know. That's saying they're not, because I did some cook-ups before, but they're just a lot harder. It's a lot more, well, there's a lot more, at stake during those market caps. So that's one thing. The second thing is, once you have the meta and you have the market cap that's attached to the meta that you decide to go with, then at that point, you have to provide the second thing, which is holders. That's the second thing. Now, usually, right, you can kill two birds with one stone, which is what this is Salana Volume is doing. It's killing two birds with one stone by giving you holders and giving you volume transaction that essentially brings FOMO, which is basically random buys into the contract because they see that it particularly may be something that may go higher. Now, the thing is, the source media that is derived from it, or what that brand is really entitlement, really, to be completely frank with you, is what really allows you as the dev to understand where your leverage is with your limiter. We'll go into that later in later episodes. But right now, this volume generator thing is very important. I've taught you guys before how to use this, so I won't spend too much time here. But you can look at my previous episode if you need to find that. This is not that. Now I'll show you just literally how this works from a start A point advantage. So in this particular case here, this bot was not used until until pump swap. So essentially, we got up to 70,000 market cap, which is where it pumped right here. Right here. There we go. So about right here is where it reached sold positions, about halfway. The chart built back up resistance, then sold full my positions. Voila, right? There is scarcity sales here, right? However, I had a position left over from my wallet because I had about five groups of wallets. I won't go into detail how many were there, but with that being said, from this point, being fresh on pump swap, then we went and applied the volume, because that you can see the market cap came down to 35,000. Honestly, without that, it would have just completely died, like every other chart, like goes down to zero. But because of the volume, and because I was able to essentially know I was the fucking one that caused this, I was able to get in a good position knowing that what my floor was, and then go ahead and attack the chart with that volume. And as you see, it brought me back almost close to my all-time high. I was teetering tattering, and right here, this first sale was pretty large, just because whoever sold right here, I knew had to take some type of position down here, because when you see a chart flying down, these snipers come in like nobody's business. So you got to be careful. But it scares me because when I see something like that on my charts, and I'm the person who pretty much brought it to light, then honestly, I think to myself, like, what the fuck's going on? Maybe some other shit's in here that I don't know about. So then I'm like, fuck it, I'm out. And boom, we're out. And then the chart pretty much dies because at the end of the day, nothing's going to essentially bring a chart back up to life without any type of real what? Volume. Bada bing, bada boom. And that's why you need Salana-volume.com.